Okay, let's talk about abstracting your picture. You've chosen your picture, you've printed it out. It's going to be of a portrait. We want to abstract this. So how are we going to do that? Well, we talked about on the PowerPoint, you can simplify, you can break up, you can do a mirror image, you can make more than one. So I'm going to show you a few ways to do this. So we're going to take, first of all, some tracing paper, so I can see through my tracing paper to my paper. And I want to use a ballpoint pen or a marker. The reason I like to do a ballpoint pen or a marker is because if I do pencil, the pencil smears on the tracing paper. So I'm going to start off and I'm just going to abstract my photograph, and I'm just going to kind of chunk out the hair here. I'm outlining the face. Maybe I'm going to have more of a pointy chin. I'm going to put some texture in the hair there. She has on earmuffs, so I'm going to, maybe instead of just being round, I'm just going to exaggerate that and make it kind of look like a cotton ball. I'm doing the hair in very abstract zigzag lines, putting some texture inside there so I know that it's hair. I'm going to come back to the face. Okay, so let's say I don't want it to be a perfect nose, so I'm going to simplify that and just kind of make that like that. Maybe I'm going to exaggerate the lips a little bit. And then I have my eyebrows here. I'm going to just simplify a shape. And maybe instead of just doing the eyelashes, I'm actually going to do the eyelashes in a geometric shape there. Put a little bit more texture on this side of the hair. So now she's got on snow gloves and she's blowing snow. So I want to be able to see what she's doing. So very simple abstraction here. There's her coat, her sleeve. So maybe instead of just drawing the snow like looking realistic, I'm going to have the shapes. It's going to be my snow and it's blowing. I'm going to kind of do that there. So I've abstracted just the person, but I need to fill the background. What can I do? Well, I can break it up. I can do a continuous contour line, and I can just break up my paper by just doing some lines in the background. And then when I go to paint this, I could paint this in different colors in the background or different values, and that would make it more interesting. And still think that's kind of boring. So maybe I'm going to come back in. I'm going to add a shape on top of these lines that are broken up. So maybe I'm going to do some circles and do some different size circles. That really adds a little bit to my background. Have some running off the page there. So there's one abstraction. Okay, let's do another one. Let's do one where we outline her more than once. I'm getting another sheet of paper, putting it there, and I'm going to move her over to the edge of the paper. Okay, and again, I'm abstracting her. Or if you want to do it realistic, you know, you can do it realistic. But you have to do something to fill up the empty spaces, so you're going to have to do some kind of abstraction. Keep that really simple this time. And I really did like the little patterns, the repeated patterns in the hair, so I'm going to go ahead and put those in there. Okay. And this time I'm just going to kind of do something a little different with the snow. But I do like the fact that the snow is being blown out. Okay, so I've got that one. Then maybe I'm going to move it up a little bit and have her just running off the paper. So this is just like multiple views. And notice I don't have her whole self on the paper, and that's fine. Just going to do a little bit of overlapping. Maybe I'm going to take and put her on this side. So I have her on here several times, and I'm filling up my paper. That's the main thing. I'm filling up my canvas. Now there is also a video on Schoology that shows you how to abstract. There's another one. I'm not for sure if it works, but you can check that one out. So there I have it filled up. Okay, I'm liking that. What else could I do to this? I've got some empty space here. If you wanted to fill that space up, maybe I'm going to come back with just some outlines around her. It's a simple way to fill up space. Okay, so there's another abstraction. Now, there's a video and there's a PowerPoint. So instead of just spending more time and showing you how to abstract, I'm going to show you some abstractions that I've already done. So I've showed you two. So let's take, here's another one. I did a mirror image where I actually flip-flopped her and put her upside down and traced her from the back side. So there's a mirror image. And then I put these rings in there to fill up some space. Here's another one, and this is kind of a fun one. What I did is I drew in, and I will actually do this one for you because this one's kind of hard. So I'm going to make it look like it's a shattered effect, like a broken window. So the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to draw in what might look like cracks in a window. Some people think they look like lightning bolts. Okay, and let's have one that comes down like this. Maybe I have one that's over here. All right, so now when I draw her in here, let's say that I have her over here. I'm going to do the same thing. Maybe I'm not abstracting her as much on this one. It's up to you. But when I come to the cracks, there's several things I can do. I could move it a little bit, or I'm just not going to draw where the cracks are, so it actually looks like some negative space there. And again, I'm going to flip-flop and turn this upside down so she's actually looking like a mirror on the opposite way. That I do not draw inside of those window cracks that I've done. Okay, and you can kind of see what you can do there. I can even do some more. Maybe I just want to have the top of her head, or maybe, you know, just her face over here. It's completely upside down coming off the corner. Okay, maybe I want to do it again over here. Maybe move it a little bit further down so it's not so symmetrical. So, just so you can see, there are so many different ways to abstract. And you cannot, there's no wrong way to abstract. You just need to fill up your page, you know, try to fill up your background. And also, when you start painting, you can also fill up your background with patterns and marker and colored pencil you could do. So there's other things that you could do to abstract this even further once you start painting. So you need to have at least 3 abstractions. And then once you get to here, what you're going to do is you are going to use your thick tag board. You are going to put it on a window, and you are going to trace it onto the nice thick tag board, and then you're going to be ready to paint. So that is how you're going to abstract.